Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man. This is an article from ARS Technica, and the headline reads, FDA approves implanted RFID-C for humans. FD, the next letter, approves implanted RFID, you see the last letter, C for humans. And we gonna see exactly what we're talking about. And it reads, in the category of unbelievably bad ideas that we all knew were making their way toward reality, whether we like it or not, comes the news. The FD, you see the last letter, has just approved VCs, implantable RFI, you see the last letter, Cs, for use in humans. These are the same Cs that we're currently using to identify our pets. VCs is touting the C's medical applications as a way of potentially saving lives by storing medical data. And let's go on to read down to the next paragraph. In case it's not immediately obvious to you why you wouldn't want to walk around in public broadcasting your financial and or medical information to anyone with an RFI reader, Bruce Scriner spells it out for you in a great post on the Bush administration plans to push for RFI, the last letter, based passports. Here's a nice chunk of it, but you should read the whole thing. Okay, we're going to go down to the next paragraph. And it reads, do you really want to walk in and apply for a job knowing that you're broadcasting details about a heart condition, HIV, infection, cancer, history, etc., to everyone within 20 meters, including the people who are considering whether or not to hire you and pay your medical insurance and sick leave? Do you really want to walk down a crowded street broadcasting financial data of any kind to God knows who? Is it really a good idea to broadcast personal identification information to anyone and everyone when identity theft is one of the country's fastest growing crimes? And that's the whole point. You're going to need all this to broadcast whether or not, you have a clean bill of health before you can enter into any establishment. So you're going to have proof. You're going to have this C in your hand. And it's going to broadcast to whoever on the other end that you doing business with that you have a clean bill of health. So this is the whole blueprint right here. And don't think they're not going to use another, global, the thing we've been going through for like the last 2 years since 2020 to bring this on with. Because we already know that the man of perdition, he is a cunning hunter. It tells you that in Genesis 25, verse 27. He's a cunning hunter. And he's a man of the field. So he takes his research seriously. So he's studying all these little outs and ins and seeing just about how he can bring this to the forefront. And this is the next paragraph. All MOB type stuff aside, this makes about 0 sense from a security and privacy perspective. You can make all the tinfoil hat jokes you like, and this is what it's all about. So it's not all jokes aside. We're going to get this in Revelations because this person obviously don't believe the prophecies. So it says, you can make all the tinfoil hat jokes you like, but I'm with Bruce. It concluded that the only use for this technology that makes real sense is what Walmart wants to use it for by putting it on their products, namely surveillance and tracking. Of course, in Walmart case, they are obviously tracking inventory and not people. And that's besides the point. The point is that you're going to have this device to do business. And we're going to go to Revelations and we're going to get this to see just exactly what we're talking about. Because this is something that we should have been up on. Like, we don't know that he's gearing up for the next phase. See, you think everything's going back to normal or resembling some kind of form of normal, and he's planning for his next phase. You're not going to be able to connect the dots and see that the juice is going to be used to stage another outbreak, which is going to bring on this. And it's already been set aside by the FD. It's already been approved. Just like they bought the juice with no hesitation, they're going to have this ready with no hesitation. And who knows what outbreak is going to be the cattle to bring this, this next movement in. But it's already on the books right here. In the FD, you see the last letter, already approved, implanted RFICs for humans. So it's here. You just got to wait for it. I can tell you in Habakkuk 2nd chapter 3rd verse, though it tarry, wait for it. It will not tarry. So he just buying his time, getting you to let your guards down and to forget about all the stuff that you done seen for the last, 2 years plus. So you ain't gonna be able to connect the dots and not see that people dropping left or right is a complete correlation with what's been going on and what took place back in 2020. These plagues are only going to increase in these last days, man. So you got to be up on what's going on. And the only way you're going to be able to be up on what's going on is if you stay in the truth, stay in these prophecies, man. So this person right here is trying to wave off the MOB like it's just, a tinfoil hat. But this is what's going to keep you up and to keep you up on time, so you'll know what happened. So you'll know what's going on once that thing take place. So I just thought this is interesting right here. And it's been out since October 2004. So you know they ready for this, man. But if you ain't ready and you don't have a clue on what's going on, they're going to get an advantage over you. It tells you that in 2 Corinthians. So let's get some scriptures and let's close it out. This Revelation 13, verse 16. And he calls us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 threescore and 6. So in that article, that person was making light of who would want to take a seat that was going to let everybody within 20 meters know whether or not you have a medical condition, financial records, HIV, and all other kind of stuff. But that's the whole point. That's why you're going to have that so people can know. Just look at the thing they're doing over there in China with the credit score. So this is all part of prophecy, man. And if you don't know what's going on in these last days, you're going to be right for the picking, man. So you got to have some kind of idea and clue. And the only way you're going to get that is through these scriptures right here. So you see, Genesis, it tells you that he's a cunning hunter, you know. We can get that right quick, like, and read it out of Genesis. This is Genesis 25:27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. And this is what he do. He gathers his research. You know, he sits back and he observes the scene. He sees, he takes stats on his, on his prey to see exactly, okay, this people, they like this right here. So we can push it to the limit so far before they break. So now we know we'll give them something to pacify them, and keep them quiet to the next phase. But what it say? It says, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. So the complete opposite. Jacob's simple, man. He plain. He's not with all that flashy, fancy stuff, technology and all type of stuff like Esau, man. So he's a cunning hunter, man of the field, So he just sitting back and waiting, man. But he only had but a little time, pursuant to Revelation 12th chapter. So he got to make his move. But he want to be precise and calculated when he make that move. So the only way he going to be able to do that is he need you to drop your guard. So, yeah, he pushed you to the limit as far as he could. But he opened it up bit by bit and letting you get back to what you think your normal life is and forget about everything that happens. Smooth criminal he is, man. So you ain't going to be able to tie the ends together and see, because it's far away from your mind that you want to get rid of that year that you went through without being able to, go to the restaurant or go on cruises or do whatever you want. You're not going to be able to tie the ends together to see when these plagues increase, why they increasing. And then he going to come with the solution to that. It's all going to fit in, man. It's all going to tie in. Tell you in Habakkuk 2. Wait for it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. It will not tarry, because he ain't got that much time. He got to roll this out. But he got to get you to drop your guard. The only way he can do that is to open things back up and let you think things are back to normal. As soon as that guard is dropped down, boom, he gonna pounce on you like that lion that we gonna read in 1 Peter, man. And then we're gonna close it out from there. It's 1 Peter chapter 5, and we're gonna go down to verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. And that's what he's doing, man. He's a cunning hunter. He's ready to survey the field and see just exactly who ready to roll over and get this sign of obedience. Who willingly volunteer without even putting up a fight to get this sign of obedience? This was the prelude, the pretest to the real thing that's coming. So you've been put in the database already. So they already got, they already got information on you from that point. So you got to be prepared, man. You got to be sober. Don't get lost in the sauce thinking that everything is fine and dandy, everything is going back to normal. That's the okie doke, man. That's to get you to drop your guards. Then you don't connect things and put two and two together and see these plagues coming full circle, thinking that it's just something that's happening by coincidence. Not saying that it can't, because the Most High can do whatever he wants. He can do it, or he can use like seesaw to put it out there. But be sober, man. That's the best thing to do. And not sober in the sense that don't drink. Be sober in the sense that you got your head on straight. You know what time it is. You just went through something that's never been seen in the history of this planet, man. You got to know something is up. Put two and two together. So you got to be sober, be vigilant. Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about. Remember, he's a cunning hunter. A man of the field. This is what he do. He don't just make miscalculations like that. He's calculated. So you got to know. You thinking it's back to business as usual. No, this man's not thinking like that. He's thinking 2, 3, 4, 5 steps ahead. So when you fall into that net, that's a wrap. When you want to go back out and play again, he gonna be like, okay, you got to show the ultimate sign of obedience, man. You got to get aboard with the program. These plagues are out, and we need proof that you not infected and you won't affect anybody else going forward. We need to see your score. We need to see, this new security of currency. It's all gonna be tied in with the new tech, man. And the FD has already approved implanted RFI. So they already one step ahead of you already. And you see how fast they rolled out that juice when it was time to hit the scene. Brought it out under a state of emergency. Man, this ain't gonna be nothing. This is gonna be light for them to bring this out. The solution, they already got it planned already, man. It's gonna be wild when they get ready to bring this out. Who knows where you may or may not be when this take place. You may have to get this to come back or stay where you at. You don't know. You got to be prepared for everything, man. You might be on a cruise somewhere halfway around the world, and this thing come out, breaking news. Now you locked in over there. You got to stay over there or get the sea to come back over here to see your family. What you gonna do? You might be on the plane somewhere on vacation, and this thing breaking news. Now you in quarantine, and you got to take this. You got to get this moving forward to get back to your normal lifestyle, to get back to your job. What you gonna do? You got to be prepared. You got to be thinking about this. You got to be ready, man. Be sober. Be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. So with that being said, shalom, 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 shalom.